So this video here should help you through the worksheets on congruence that I found. It's an American site, and so they do some things slightly differently. So I thought it would be best to give you pointers. One thing you want to notice is their symbol for congruence. I did mention this in the lessons. Some people use the identity symbol like that for congruence, but also very common, perhaps even more common, is the equal sign with the wavy line above it. So that's the congruent symbol that's used throughout the sheets. Now, let's just look at question 1. They're telling us that triangle DEF is congruent to triangle YXZ. Now, note that when we've been doing these questions, we've been very careful about the naming. So let's suppose that this is DEF and this triangle here is the triangle YXZ. The order of naming is very important. So what it's telling us is that the angle at D is the same as the angle at Y because that's the first letter in each one. And the angle at E is equal to the angle at X, again, first letter at each one, and then the angle here is the angle there. And the triangle is named, both triangles are named, going from the 1 ring angle to the 2 ring angle to the 3 ring angle. So it's asking us which side is the same as EF, and therefore that must be the side XZ. And note they're actually doing a line above there. I don't normally worry about that. They're also naming angles with just a single letter. So if we go back to here, an equivalent statement to this one that's in question 2 would be saying, for example, that angle D is congruent, which means the same as angle Y. And now that you have that information, you should be able to do anything on the first sheet. So for the second sheet, it's about naming the triangles. Now, they've told us triangle ABC, which goes right angle to the 2 ringed angle, so it's going that way, and then to the 1 ringed angle. So we need to do the same thing here. So we would start, therefore, at D. And then we need to go to the 2 ringed angle, which means we're going this way to E. And then we need to go to the 1 ring, which is across there to F. And that means you should be able to do anything that's on the second sheet. The answers are on the sheet that follow that as well. Now we want to do some markings on these triangles to show the statement here. So to start off with, triangle XYZ is triangle KLJ. That means the angle at X, which is the first letter in the first one, is equal to the angle at K. The angle at Y would be the same as the angle L, and the angle Z would be equal to the angle J. So as far as sides are concerned, if we think about XY, we can put a single mark on that, and that's between the single mark and the double mark angle. So that's the same one there. If we put a double mark here, that's between the single mark angle and the 3 mark angle, and that would be this side, and then the remaining side can have 3 marks. And now you should be able to do anything on that sheet. State the postulates prove each pair of angles. So when we say postulate, what they mean here is which method you're going to use. Are you going to use side, side, side? Are you going to use side, angle, side? Are you going to use angle, angle, side? Which some people write as ASA, so you'll see variations on that one. You just need 2 angles and a corresponding side. or could we use RHS? So which one would you use? So if we look at the first one, we have that this angle is the same in each one, this angle is the same in each one, and we have a common side. So two angles and a side makes me think that that one should be AAS. Now you should be able to do that sheet now. Notice they called it ASA in their answers. Now it says, state the third congruence required to prove the congruence of triangles using the indicated postulate. Now here they're saying side angle side, and we know that the angle needs to be the included angle between two sides. So we would need this side and this side in order to complete the statement. We already had the angle and we already had one of the sides. So what we would say here is that QR would need to be congruent to UV. Now you should be able to complete that sheet, but remember that you do have the answers down here.